Hey guys, let's see if this actually goes through. I feel like, okay, so I do have a new camera holder, but I feel like it shakes. I feel like it's kind of bouncy, and if I hit my desk, I feel like it's not gonna fall off the Cheez-It box though. Happy anniversary. Yeah, see, I feel like it's bouncing every time I move my mouse. Is it bouncing for you? I feel like it's, here, let me see if I can get the bounce. I have a new holder I have to test out. Alright, let's see. Alright. Let's see. I'm just trying to adjust. This is a new no Cheez-It box. I've got an actual like holder. And to stay on brand, let's go ahead and crack open the boom, energy drink. Okay, I'm going to try and field the questions from the actual screen. But first of all, happy anniversary. 2 years, Cliqly. Going into year 3. Hope everybody's as excited as I am. Let me look. Okay, let's see if I can see. Hey, Shane. Let me see. I'm going to open up the questions to see if I can actually see it. Hey, Brenda. Must be a good sign. You didn't have to go for a walk. Yeah, I have a really bad headache right now, and it formed during that hour. And like my head really is like throbbing right now. I have a lot going through my my head right now, and so for that, today was supposed to be a really positive call. I did not feel the tone that it was. I felt with the tone it was a little negative, actually. Like, it didn't feel very positive to me, even though it's what he said he was going for. Where do I start? And I apologize. I do feel like, does the camera feel like it's bouncing? Like, every time I move my mouse, because this is an attachment on my desk, I feel like it's bouncing. Is it bouncing for you guys? Let me see if I can view. Oh, I know what I can do. Hold on. Do you guys, does the camera? Okay, let's see if I can open this. Okay, you might hear me talk. Hold on. I'm opening up the live on my actual, Facebook on my desktop, so I can hopefully see the questions here, because I feel like if I touch the screen and start doing it, it's gonna bounce because of the way the holder is. It won't fall off the Cheez-It box because it's not a Cheez-It box anymore. But all right, so here we go. Hey, Brenda, David, Jennifer, Chantel, Katie, all these people. Hello, Claire. Hello. You just got your payment. Awesome. Okay, so the form that I put out there to collect data, if you have been paid today, which I do expect a bunch of those payments hopefully to come in and get caught up, edit the field and just put total amount that is owed to you. Just make that as 0, because what I'll be able to do with the form is order it by the amount owed, and all the zeros I can just delete out of the records all at the same time before turning that in or whatever. There's a few things. Okay, so the history of Cliqly, we did join. I probably just keep better records and highlights than Bobby, but he kind of told the story wrong. So I'm just going to kind of correct it. But yes, we all joined for $14.97. We all came. He said 320 people joined, so there's like less than 500 people who are OGs. I like how he's using my term, OG, original gangster. Love that, actually. Because that means he's listening. But here's the thing. We all got started for $14.97 or $14.99, whatever it was. And at the time, there was no Cliqly Pro, so we didn't get 1 million credits of each or whatever. The only thing we got for that $1,500 was 2 million list building credits. So we paid $750 per million list building. Today, you can get that under $100. So just saying, like, we paid that much, and we used a company called Robley. That is how we sent our first, like, C Pro sends. We were using a company called Robley. That completely broke, and he created C Pro, and that came more like January-ish. I've got all this written down, but that came January, February-ish, and then he brought a new group in that February from the 4%, and those guys are like junior OGs, so they've been in a long time, but they're not the official OGs like us, but I still consider them part of the OG family. That is when C Pro, and maybe at that time in February, maybe it was $1 million and $1 million. Maybe that was the deal then. But when we came in, we paid $1,500 and we got $2 million, and we used Robley, which completely broke. So that's kind of the history and story. And the story we were told on the sales video was Anthony was at dinner with her new boyfriend, or Anthony's sister and him were at dinner, and she brought a new boyfriend. And the boyfriend asked Anthony's sister what she did for a living, and Anthony thought she would answer, "Oh, I work for my brother." Well, she didn't. She answered, I do this email marketing thing, and I send emails and I make money. Anthony told us, he was like, "Britton, what are you doing? What do you mean you're making money?" And that's when Britton told Anthony that she was working with their friend Bobby. And I guess Bobby had taken her under his wing, brought her into the email, helped her make money after, their father passed away. And that's the story we got. And then Anthony went to Bobby and said, "Hey, what is it that you're doing? What system do you have for your sister?" And I mean, if you were an OG, correct me if this is not the story you heard. We could go back and actually listen to it, except they pulled down the town hall meeting or the Success Connection where this whole story was told. And if anybody has a copy of that, please let me know. But we were told that Anthony found out about this and then told Bobby, "Hey, I want to bring this to my Success Connection and build it out." So that is the story we were told, is Anthony didn't go to Bobby and it's just, the stories are complete opposite stories, and I have no idea. But that's beside the point. But that's the history and how we got started. When Robley failed, C Pro was born. About a year later, it was like the following August, Pro, which is not working well at all. Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the questions here. So he addressed a lot about delayed payments all of a sudden. He hammered that home today, which he has not done in the past, and brought it up. And honestly, if he had just every week bring it up, "Hey, we have more delayed, we're getting caught up, blah, blah, blah." Here's the thing. I genuinely, before I put this new form out there, I actually was getting positive, that people were finally catching up payments, and that people were getting missing payments caught up because of all of the people who were posting, "I got paid, I finally got paid." And that's the thing, Bobby, people are literally posting when they get paid because they're excited. They are updating us in our group. And I know it's very easy to focus on only the negative ones, but before I put that form out, the reason I put the form is because, one, I wanted to collect data and just see. I didn't want to take my gut feeling that things were getting better. I wanted data behind it. But Bobby, when people say thousands of people are missing payments, it is a true statement, because I've collected the data and we have over 1,000 people, individuals, who are missing payments. And by all means, I think it'll get caught up and you'll pay everybody. I take you at your word, because I have always been paid. But the thing is, it's not getting better. Every time I've collected a form, the number has nearly doubled. The first time I did it, it was 300 people. The next time I did it, I think it was 500. And I can go get all the data. The last time I did it, it was 725 people. I collected it, and it hasn't even been up 48 hours, this form. And there are over 1,000 people on it, many of whom have multiple payments missing. And your statement about it only being, no one's missing a payment more than 5 weeks, that is not true either. My case study guy, Mark, has been missing his July 28th payment since July 28th. He has been paid since. It is not his banking issue. He is not getting responses from support. Debbie is not responding to him. July 28th is more than 5 weeks ago. Like, it is just not true. Like, I don't think you have a good grasp, and now I feel like I'm talking to Bobby, but I don't feel like you actually have a good grasp on what is actually going on. And I think people want to make this work. People don't want to be out talking negative and spewing on the internet. But there was an OG in particular who just got suspended. They said their account was suspended. And I went and looked at what they posted on Facebook. What was said was not untrue. Like, you can't just suspend people because you don't like what they say. Let's have an open dialogue and fix it. Like, I guess I just don't understand, because I feel like everything that has been complained about is just falling on deaf ears. And I meant for this to be interactive, and I know I'm going on a soapbox and I am going on a rant, but I don't want it to come off as complaining. I actually want problems to get solved. And for Cliqly to be a successful business in year 3, this stuff has to be cleaned up. And, you know, my group is unofficial, and it's not recommended that you join. And if you posted something, it sounds like he's going to try and make a clown out of people on Monday with screenshots. But, like, anything I've ever really said, like, I have data that backs this up. I'm not just throwing stuff out there because I want to shed a negative light on Cliqly. I actually don't. The whole reason I started the group is because of the numbers. And when he made the statement that nobody is complaining about the performance of Cliqly and it not working, like, is he not paying attention? People are not getting a return. Like, I am so, like, I don't know, I need to collect maybe my thoughts and put together a concise message, because the disappointment I feel and the obvious disparity between the promises that Cliqly have made all of you and the reality that is being experienced right now from its members is polar opposite. Like, it blows my mind. Like, I don't know. I'm getting a little worked up, but I'm also just like, it sounds like we want solutions. Like, that is what people want. And, like, people are posting when they get paid. I literally thought the number of people who would fill out my form would be significantly less than the last time I did this. Because of the number of people I saw, I got paid. Here, my 2-month-old payment just got in my account. I literally thought it was better. I don't know. I just, like, a big thing with this whole, like, is the actual performance of, like, I think Bobby thinks this is performing way better than it. There's a lot of people saying that this does not work because they're getting 3 clicks or less per 10,000 and they are not breaking even. They are losing money. And I don't really even know, like, how to put into words, like, to really drive that home. I don't know. It's very frustrating to me. I think one of the most distressing aspects of this whole situation is literally the disconnect between the company and its members. Cliqly support, I mean, it's virtually non-existent for the majority. And I know he said there's 30 new members and they're responding, but it's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like people are sending the data and telling, like, hey, here's the performance of the system and it's not working. I don't know, guys. He said 35, what he said, I wrote this down, 35,000 members, 3,000 payments each week, 25 million in commissions. I mean, all of those things are great. But let me just talk about the affiliate for a second. I think a lot of the marketers love affiliate because you're getting paid the commissions. And the commissions can be great money. It really can. But But those marketers don't care about the actual email system. The heart of the company is the email system and its performance. That, it should be the priority. And when you bring thousands of people in, like, and could Cliqly be awesome? Maybe. Like, it sounds like Bobby, like, that is the goal. But to get so defensive about, and to tout, like, all the amazing things you do, like, I don't sell things on this channel. I'm not trying to tell people to go, or not this channel, this Facebook group. I don't push things in here because I'm not what Bobby says about the other groups who are just trying to sell you something. That was not the intent when I started this group. That is not the intent of the group now. I am not going to push things. I want the focus to be on Cliqly numbers. And I started it with a genuine heart of only talking about that. So I am not one of these people who are pushing things that he claims that we are. And I don't love all the negative, but the reason there's negative is because there's neglect and people are not being heard. We have to look at the platform. And I am on a soapbox, and I know. And there'll be people, like, I'm not even looking at the questions right now because I don't want to be distracted. But I don't know, like, I don't know how to word this so that I want the message to get through. Like, if you want to make this better, you have to listen to the heart of the people who are actively actually participating and trying to make this work. I don't know. I just think, here's the thing with the affiliate program, and I get why people have affiliate programs and things like that. And the company, you know, while the company's referral program and the contest giveaways, they're all promoted as avenues for growth and engagement, they seem to be in direct conflict with addressing and solving the issues that Cliqly members are experiencing. You know, the relentless focus on expanding the referral base and incentivizing new signups is in conflict with the fact that so many current members are struggling to get support, to get positive results with this platform, and to get their payments on time. These are all things being obstructed by the number of people coming in. The continuous influx of new people coming into this system, already plagued by unresolved issues, is not only failing to mitigate the existing problems, but it exacerbates it. Like, I don't understand why we are prioritizing we're prioritizing growth over rectifying the fundamental issues of what is going on. And someone has got to pay attention. And maybe he could play this on Monday and try and embarrass me. I don't know, but I would love to talk it out. I want an open forum where we can have a back and forth so that when there is a huge number of people getting 3 clicks per 10,000, it is brought to their attention and like, whoa, these servers are underperforming and we missed it. Like, let's fix it. And just on that note, my numbers are now back to normal as of yesterday. So they can fix the problem. That is what gives me hope that they can eventually fix it for these new people. The fact that my numbers are back, though, like, I feel like the current system in place literally is selectively favoring certain individuals. Like, it's not providing an equal playing field as it is promoted. The majority of people, like, who complain about the performance get a standard response that simply says, we'll fix your IPs, or we'll move you, or whatever. But the potential is there for things to get fixed if they acknowledge the serious complaints. Like, don't brush people off as if everything is great. Case in point, how long did it take to recognize list building clicks were not being counted? I reported it within a week. People started to chatter about it. The chatter was ignored because they assumed you didn't know how to know that you weren't getting list build clicks. People who follow me know their numbers. It took me several tickets and to contact admins of the other group to even potentially get, and then I did a YouTube video and I just pointed out like, hey, by the way, we're not being paid for this. And it was the next day that they put an announcement that it was a display issue, a reporting issue. None of it, or to my knowledge, I've not been paid back for all of those clicks that I missed for the month. I didn't even get paid back for the clicks I missed last week. I got 402 clicks. I got paid for 201. I kind of want my $20. Just the current environment's negativity and atmosphere is 100% being fueled by the lack of transparency and communication by the company. I don't think they realize that. Like, if he mentions these things every week, like, hey guys, several hundred of you are still delayed in payments. Here's what we've done. We've got a set of people, and give the process of how you're fixing it. That goes a long way. And I just think there's, like, if this is a totally, like, up and up and he wants to grow this to $1 billion company or whatever his goals are, getting these things resolved early and being transparent, like, I don't think any of us expect the company to work with zero mistakes or like the crash happening. Like, he was in communication with us. I mean, we knew, like, he actually issued a video a couple days into that crash and was updating us on what was going on. Like, it'd be nice to get a text message to say, hey guys, go check this video out. I'm doing an update on where our payment situation is right now. Or, hey guys, I'm doing an update on the performance and the clicks that have suffered on this segment of people. Like, update us. Because if everybody's numbers were actually as good as mine just went to yesterday because it seemingly has been fixed, there would be a whole lot less people complaining. And there would be a lot more happy people. I don't know. I've been talking here for how long? I apologize. I have not looked at any of your questions. I've definitely gone on a little soapbox. But honestly, I hope they hear this message because I don't think people want to be negative. I don't think people want to complain. I think people use complaints as a last resort to get the attention of the people that may owe them money or the people who are claiming the performance of the program is so awesome and they're not seeing those results. When you don't give answers and you don't communicate to people, the last resort is to go puke on the internet. And the company they could definitely curb that by like 90%. And you know what? I love when people are telling me that they got their payment caught up. Because the last thing I actually want in my group is payment conversations. But it is one of the issues at the heart and the root of the problem. Like, it has to be addressed. And it has to get solved. But when people say there's thousands of payments not missing, delayed, that is a true statement with the data I have collected. And I have a master list, and I have submitted it to support a couple of times now, and I've gotten a response that said, we'll look into it. And honestly, this is the number I do want to point out. Here's a positive. It's a positive and a negative. With what I've collected, which is over 1,000 people, there's a lot of money missing, or delayed. Here's the thing. Of those 1,038 that we have right now who are missing payments, out of 1,038, 70% of those people have been paid before, meaning it is not bank info. 30% of you, maybe it is. Check your bank, go look at the OTP or whatever that thing is called. The other stat that is interesting, which gives me hope that they seriously are catching some people up. I asked the question, have you filled this form out before? And almost 74% of you said no. Meaning these same people are not, 26% of you have before. So there's a window of 26% of you that are just really, really, really delayed in getting your payments. But 73% of you, you're new people, you're newer. These are newer issues. But that also tells me we're bringing in so many people that the issues are not catching up faster than the problems, which is why I think we should pause the affiliate program and why I've always been for pausing it to fix these things and then maybe do a soft launch for the next whatever growth, whatever. And I just feel the attitude towards the missing payments is so nonchalant. Bobby, you have to realize these are just everyday people. Oh God, I'm looking at some of you in the group. I'm trying to read the comments, but I'm trying not to react because I know I'm on a roll in a soapbox, but I'm trying to not be distracted because I am trying to make a point. The backlog of missing payments, that is causing distress. $300 may not seem like a lot to Bobby or Cliqly or even myself. If my payments were delayed, yes, I'd be perturbed, but it wouldn't affect my daily life. The problem is missing a payment for somebody who is trying to just continue to fund this business, or they're using the extra profit to try and pay bills or feed their family, or these are everyday hardworking people that make up Cliqly. These aren't people that can just say, oh, I can wait on $300 for months. That is not who your community is made up of. Your community is the distress and the stories I see of the hardship, because sometimes it's not just one $300. There are people on this list, a gentleman, it was $2,800. He's missing 4 payments and he has been paid several times before. So these are just 4 missing payments that he hasn't been paid for over a month. That is the kind of thing that can make a difference in someone's attitude towards this business. So I'm just saying, here's the thing, everybody who joins Cliqly, these individuals have trusted in the promise from, how do I want to word this? Because I don't want to get in trouble. Again, this isn't negative. I just want to shed light on some things to hopefully create positive change. Every person, every individual who, individuals who start, I'm trying to figure out how do I want to word this to try and hammer home why, just nonchalantly saying, I know we got missing payments and none are longer than 5 weeks. Well, those things aren't true. And missing payments hurt people. And all of the individuals trusted in the promise that Cliqly was going to pay them for their efforts and pay them on time. And so I just think, honestly, I think the answer is to pause the affiliate program. I think that would 100% clear this all up by the end of the year. If this is a true, sound, fundamental business that can stand on its own merits, we can pause the program until the end of the year to fix or until the issues are fixed. And if the affiliate program is so important, pausing it would make you fix it very quickly if you want to launch the affiliate program again. But bringing the influx of people in is not going to solve anything any faster. So, I don't know. I mean, these are just kind of my thoughts after the call. And I get there's some pretty defensive moments. And I know Monday should be interesting. It sounds like he's going to make fun of some people and post their... But here's the thing. When you make fun of people for their perspective, you're not taking a step back to put their shoes on, to like stand in their position. If I am somebody who has been trying to reach support for weeks on end with copy and paste answers, with no real replies, with no good solution, what do you expect those people to do? Get online and be cheery like, hey guys, I know my payment will come months from now, and I'm staying and there are people like that. That's toxic positivity. I get that. But we need to live in the world of reality and acknowledge while there are problems, there are solutions. Like, all of this can be fixed. The negative can be cleared up. I could run the most positive groove ever because I'm actually focused on numbers. My group actually should be highlighted as one of the best. Granted, you get all the negative, like, payment, resolve the payment issue, you will no longer have those posted all over my group. In fact, there are people who literally are posting, guys, I got paid. Like, there are hundreds of people who said, I got paid, finally, if you pay attention. And I get there'll be comments that'll be like, well, I haven't been paid. That's going to happen. But when you have over 1,000 people missing payments, let me go make sure I can still log into Cliqly. Maybe they're watching now. Okay, we're good. But guys, I mean, this is coming, like, I'm trying to be genuine with solutions. I am not. This is not negative. And there'll be people that will hate this video. I get it. I don't care. There are people who don't like me. I get messages all the time, but I don't acknowledge them because I just ignore them. I don't care. Like, honestly, like, if we want to play the petty, like, let's highlight the, what do you call it? Dumbass keyboard warrior. I can't believe he said that today. Like, I have put my face out there. I have put my name. I don't do any of the anonymous, I'm going to say something behind your back. Like, I'm okay with having conversations because I think I have solutions. And I think I have answers. And I think I have things that would actually help progress and make things better. But if I'm not listened to, like, granted, now I'm touting myself, but, like, I actually do have some experience. I'm not one of those keyboard warriors who don't make money online. Like, I don't need Cliqly's income. Is it a nice side income for me? Yes. And until it's not, I will continue to do it. But I do make money online. So, like I said, the whole purpose of my group is not to promote things to you, is not to deviate you and try and get you focused. Like, I want you to focus on Cliqly, and I want you to know exactly what your numbers mean. So I don't have any ill feelings towards Cliqly. I'm trying to actually be Switzerland. I'm trying to be very, like, but honestly, like, I would not recommend this to people right now. It needs to improve and get a lot of things cleaned up and a lot of things fixed before you come into this. And if you do a free trial, if you just know your numbers, you know if you're going to make something or not. And right now, the free trial numbers I've seen, those people are never going to make money because they're not getting 3 clicks per 10,000. So, I don't know. Maybe this will actually be one of the most liked. I see the most viewers I've had in a while. So at this point, if you're watching the replay, you can cut it off because I'm gonna now talk to the people in the community and see what you guys think. So I did get on a soapbox. Let's see, how long did I do that for? I feel really bad because I just kind of went. I may download this and throw it up to YouTube. Then I know that maybe they'll see it. Oh, gosh. I feel a little bad. Oh, gosh, 97 comments. I haven't even, oh, all right. Let's just see. I'm going to actually touch my phone. I think it's going to bobble. I might have to get a new, oh, gosh, it is. It's going to bobble too much. I need to try and get this. Hold on. Let's see. I want to interact a little bit. But if you're watching the replay, you can cut it off and this is it. And maybe I'll cut this part off. Let me see. All right. Okay. let's look. Not to be negative, but are the next payments going to be several months late? See, and that's the thing. Like, with what I collected, it feels like, yes, a good portion of people. So if 100% of those people who filled it out again, only 25 or 26% filled it out for a second or a third time, that means they did clean up and catch up a bunch of payments. But now we have 75% of the people who are new people having issues. That's the problem. While they're catching up, they're also getting behind, which is why I say pausing the affiliate program would allow you to get this whole thing caught up with no new people coming in to bog down the system. It'll all get caught up. That is my solution. Let me get a drink. Let's see. I didn't say it. This is a results business. I just thought about that. In my whole monologue, I didn't even say this is a results business, I don't think. I would assume everybody on this that's still with me, that results mean good, like good results. I don't think any of us have interpreted that to be the opposite. But I missed that in my dialogue, I think. My monologue, because I definitely was just spewing. Maybe he'll take clips of me. But it would suck if he doesn't, like, bring me on there to, like, defend myself. Because, like he can probably point and pick and choose things that sound bad, but then there might be, in context, a reason for why it's said that way. I am pretty careful with my words and things I post. And there's usually, like, a purpose with a lot of my wording. But, whatever. This is bad for people not to get their payment on time. $300 is a lot of money. It is. And that's why, like, I don't feel that there is an empathetic bone in this dude's body. Because he's not sitting back and pretending, wait, there was a time in my life when I was poor. And maybe he's never had money problems, but I'll be very honest. I have not always done well. Like, I struggled for a long time. I was 4 months behind on my mortgage at one point. I had $25,000 in credit card debt. I had a car payment. I had all these things where, you know, you hear the gurus tell their story. I'm not a guru, but I'm just saying, like, there were times I struggled too before I actually hit on what took off for me. So everyone, and I honestly, like, I'm getting, like, even in my stomach right now, like, it kind of gives me the when I think back at where I was at one point, and, like, shivers literally just went up my spine, because I just, like, I remember that feeling so well, and this is a decade ago, but I remember, like, the feeling of, I'm not paying my mortgage anymore, or I have bills to pay, but I need to invest this in my business if I'm going to make this work, and I chose not to pay bills. And I'm not telling anybody to do that. I'm just saying, like, that feeling is still so overwhelming, and it was over a decade ago. And, like, I actually could get emotional talking about it, but I don't want to pull a Bobby. The emotion, you know, I'm gonna keep it together. But, guys, I remember being, like, poor and struggling and, like, figuring out what the F am I going to do to get my mortgage caught up. And I was there before it took off. So, whew. Okay. Let's see. I just looked and my 3 payments just came over. $1,200. Awesome. See, and we are getting people posting that stuff. And I want everything to get caught up. Like, I don't know. Let's see. Also, making fun of people is such significant is wrong and unprofessional. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'll be on the call Monday. I'll see what he does. I am positive there will be featured posts from our group. Let's just stomach it for the weekend. That is probably where they're going to pull their content, because I doubt they're in the private groups. I mean, they know what's being said in the private groups, and I'm sure there's people in there, but they are most likely going to be using examples from our group. But I can guarantee you, the people who have posted those, and granted, I am removing a lot of things that, like, say scam or things like that. Like, I'm removing a lot of that just because there's some people who are just posting that because they do want to solicit things, and I don't want that to be what the group is about. So I'm removing some of those things. when I see it. Granted, there are 10,000 people in this group. I can't possibly see every single comment. And that's where we need the community to flag comments and posts to the admins and moderators so that we see that. Because honestly, I don't see everything. I love to spend my entire day in here with you guys, but I actually have another business I run. Need to pause the affiliate program and get caught up. I agree. Let's see. Abby, you are amazing. I love how professional, open, and knowledgeable. You could be running Cliqly. I wish Bobby would just take some feedback. And I mean, you guys, we had a pretty intense back and forth. And I mean, I literally took hours to compose emails to this man to try and convey the sentiment of the feeling from the actual people, because he doesn't even understand all the OGs. I mean, he literally told us last year, if you got to tier 10, you'll make $500 to $1,000. Well, I know a guy who's now on tier 15, and he struggles to do $400 a day. And he's sending 3 million emails. Like, all of the promises have always been underwhelming. And my whole philosophy is you should promise, like, a baseline of promise, and then exceed that. Like, don't jump for the stars in what you're promising, because if people hit the clouds, you're going to be pissed. Ooh, I just made that up. That was a pretty good little saying right there. Someone quote that. That was good. Oh, gosh. Sometimes I just crack myself up. Let's see. I do honestly wish he would open up, like, a panel of OGs to be like a feedback sounding board, because I think he'd be shocked if he did like a blind survey and sent out a survey that was legitimate, not like give me all your negative, but like a legitimate, like, here's the concerns, here's things that were promised, here's things that underperform, like, you can gain a lot of value from things that aren't going great. And I've done that with even my social media company. When I've sent out surveys and I don't make them put their name on it, because people aren't quite as honest when their name is on something. But they give me feedback that I would have never saw had I not asked. Or had I asked them directly, they may not say that to my face. It's the same thing like with the guys that work for me. I'm sure they still, after 3 years of working with me, they probably still like get nervous saying, hey, Abby, what if we try this? Or Abby, they probably don't realize like I'm okay with some feedback that might hurt my ego. It's okay, because I'll just go pout for a minute, but then I'll come back and be like, well, let me see from their perspective. Okay, you know what? I am lacking in doing this. Good for them. And I hope after working for me for 3 years, these guys could share some of their complaints, because I'm trying to grow a company. I'm trying to continue to grow every year, year after year. I doubled for a long time. We've stayed kind of where we've been, but I want to grow my company, and I want feedback from the guys who are helping me run it. And I think Cliqly would serve itself well to get some true feedback from the OGs who've been with him for 2 years today. Let's see. Still missing 915. Yeah, I know people are missing. And honestly, anybody who's missing a payment that's 5 weeks or longer debunks what he literally just said, that payments are only delayed probably like 5 weeks. But 5 weeks is a lot. Like, that's nothing to just brush off as, that's not like a day or two. It's frustrating. The nonchalant attitude is that's what drives me insane the most. Advisory board, yeah, that's what I think too, because I think he's surrounded by people who are a bunch of yes people. Like, they'll just agree. They're not going to be like, oh, do you realize all these people aren't getting the clicks that you're claiming they're getting? Like, I see the numbers and I see the data, and it sucks. While my performance has now gone back up and my clicks are pretty good, I know that's not the experience of other people. So it's hard for me to get excited and think Cliqly's awesome when there's so many that don't even get close to those results. And it isn't because my list is huge. There are people that are at way higher tiers than me, that are newer than me, that are not profiting. I talked to a guy the other day at tier 8. I know Bobby thinks that nobody at tier 8, 9, or 10 is ever going to quit. but this guy is making, I think it costs, we figured it was 20 bucks a day or 16 bucks. I put the chart up there. Whatever he's making, he's bringing back in C Pro $4 less per day. How can you build a business? The only place you can make money is in C Pro. How is he ever going to recover the money it took to build the tier 8? That's my 2 cents. Let's see. I hear my niece downstairs. I've had my niece all week, and I've still been able to get work done. Boom. 2-year-old. Tire her out, throw her to bed. It's perfect. She's been awesome this week, though. My brother comes back. My sister-in-law and brother come back tomorrow. So then I can get real work done. But granted, I've done pretty good this week. All right, any other questions? I think I've been on here a long time. 45 minutes. 2 years. Wow, it seems like... yeah. And honestly, he doesn't... Like, there's so many OGs. Like, I actually would love to know the number of OGs. Out of the 320 he said signed up on that initial night, I'd like to know of the 320 how many of us are left. Because I think that would say a lot, too. Because I get it. A lot of people didn't make it through the really miserable time we had with the cost of credits and the return on this. But a lot of us who are still here, we did. But now those people are getting 18 cents per 10,000. 22 cents per 10,000. Like, these are OGs who are losing money daily on C Pro. So, like, those are the things that need to be addressed. Let's see. Or did he have to be on? Let's see, is it going to be posted or did you have to? No, he'll post a replay. I'm sure the replay will be up sometime today and we'll get a text message that'll let us know. Let's see, I just found you and you were doing a good job trying to intercede for us. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, I could get on and do my story and my experience, but I almost have a responsibility to say something because I run an unofficial group of 10,000 members and Cliqly people where I actually see your struggle every single day. So I almost have to say something, and I'm careful with my words because, I mean, I don't want to be suspended or kicked out or anything like that, and I don't even want things to come off negatively. I want whatever I say to come off seriously so they consider it and maybe re-examine what they think is going on. Like, because what they think is performing well is not reality for most people. And it sucks. And I get it. And I really can't see, like, live questions. So I could try and scroll and get the questions, but I think it's making me bounce now, right? Like, oh, I didn't get a very good holder. It's bouncing. Makes me so mad. I thought the Cheez-It box might be better. See, it just bounces when I flicker through this stuff. But let me see if I can somehow refresh and see if there is any new questions, because there's quite a few of you still on here who have been with me for 50 minutes now, and I kind of appreciate that. But you know what? We are going to try and get answers. What's this community standards? Did somebody flag me? I just got a community standards alert. Maybe it's for comments, not for... Because I haven't said anything bad. I did say dumbass. I did, but that was a quote. I didn't say it. It was... What was it? Dumbass keyboard warriors? I'm quoting. I'm not saying a cuss word. But yeah. So, like, let's see. I'll try and see. Let's see. That was deep. It's raw because it's coming off of that call. But honestly, I hope it gets heard by people that can actually do something to make things better. Because I think it would. Let me see. Still, yeah, missing payment, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Don't feel bad. It's going to be posted. Yeah, Abby, you are so mature and calm. Thank you. You should see me go crazy sometimes, though. Actually, nah. I'm not usually ever, like, super high or super low. I'm usually somewhere in between. And I don't get excited about a lot, but, like, I did a video for the private group I run on AI. And I did it at like midnight, and I was super soft voice because I had my niece sleeping in the other room, and I was so excited, and I was just like giddy. And I re-listened to that, and I was like, that's out of character. Because it's not usually my personality, but it was kind of funny. But I got a bunch of people in the group excited about AI. A lot of people took action too, which is awesome. No hat. Yeah, hair looks great. Thanks. Yeah, no, I washed it, and I didn't walk yesterday, so I wore it down all day yesterday. And then when I got up today, I've done nothing but work and then wait for the noon call, which I'm actually supposed to be. I have a very big screen behind me playing a webinar that I'm supposed to be listening to on AI, but I'll have to re-listen to it because I wanted to come live while it was on my mind and raw. And I think my niece is about to yell up here at me. Yeah, you wondered how many energy drinks you had for that AI video. Yeah, I watched some training and I started like implementing what they were doing. I was like, AI is amazing. Yeah, Susan, thank you. I know, I had to go to bed. Or no, that wasn't, I didn't have Haven that night. I had to get up the next day and take my brother and sister-in-law to the airport the next day. And it was after midnight, so I was talking soft, but let's see. I'm so glad that I found this group. You have taught me so much, and you have helped me understand how all of this works and validated what I've been thinking. Awesome. Let's see, I have AI muted because I am on another Zoom. Yeah, are you listening to Chris? Because it's Chris's, I need to actually watch this. I think he's talking about AI. Try Surfer SEO, because I know they had, are you listening to Chris? Because I know you're in that group, but he teaches a lot of cool stuff with AI. I'm learning stuff from his group, and then I'm just applying it to my business, and it's cool. All right, well, I think I've probably been on here long enough. And if there's no other questions, let me see. AI text, yes. AI research, yes. AI voices, no. Yeah, I don't like the AI voices and people yet. Yeah, it's Chris. Yeah. And I have that Surfer, and I have Jasper and all the tools. Like, I use all these tools, and it's pretty cool. There is one AI voice and people that actually is above everything else. Which I can show that to you. I'm gonna actually test it, and it's not perfect, but it's better than most I've seen because they use real people. Like they do a bunch of real people talking or whatever, but then they obviously the words and stuff are still a little off. But all right, Shane, it was good talking to you, man. I hope things get better. Is Packer? Yeah, if Haven is wandering, Packer is wandering. But like me and my parents have been taking shifts. So like my parents are entertaining her. They actually they went and picked her up and they brought her over here. And they're entertaining her while I'm doing this. And I realized I haven't looked at y'all. I've been trying to read the comments. But yeah, Packer went down, I think, when they came in. So he's not on here. But, cool. Let's see, don't feel bad. Download to YouTube. Yeah, I am thinking about putting this on YouTube. I might have to, and trim it up a little bit. But, I don't know, we'll see. Alright, well, let's see. Thank you so much for all you do. Have a great weekend. Let's see, thanks, Abby. Appreciate all your thoughts and perspective. No problem. We'll see how Monday goes. Hopefully, I hope he kind of reconsiders putting people on the spot, which, I mean, whatever. But you do have to remember, like, there's a reason. Like, if it's just somebody who has nothing to do with Cliqly or Anonymous or, like, things like that, like, I get that because anybody can say anything. But if it's a genuine person who is legitimately trying to get help, don't make fun of those people just because they're mad and they're taking it out on you. Maybe send them an email and say, hey, listen, I saw what you posted online. Can we talk about what's going on? How can we fix the issue? And most likely it's like, send me my payment and I'll take it down. You know what I mean? Like, think about that before you make fun of people. That's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, you guys, it's Friday. Have a great weekend. We will see you probably Monday. All right, have a good one.